Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of TWD Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for Fear the Walking Dead. This one's going to be doing another Q&A video for Fear the Walking Dead as well, talking about a very big discussion topic that's been floating around a lot for this episode of Fear the Walking Dead, is this guy John Dory's father?
Why are you here?
Okay guys, just gonna be doing a video for today. This one's gonna be doing a video for Fear the Walking Dead. This one's gonna be doing a video for Fear the Walking Dead leading up to episode 13 and our first Q&A video for this week. So, before we get into the Q&A questions, I want to talk about a little bit of a discussion topic before we get into this, which is the going theory that's going around before this episode is going to be releasing. And I'm just gonna kind of come out and say it because I definitely want to discuss it a little bit, is that in episode 13, in the upcoming episode of Fear the Walking Dead, the going theory is that this old gentleman right here is actually going to be, and I know this is a very far-fetched theory, but hear me out, it is going to be John's father. So, man, yeah, and you don't believe me, when I first started to hear about this, I thought it was far-fetched as well too. But once you see kind of more about it, and once you actually kind of think about it a little bit more, that's a pretty freaking sick idea, because who else would it be? Because obviously we know that John's father is alive. He did not die, he did not anything like that. John didn't say he died or anything like that. But he wasn't on good terms with his father, obviously, as we know this. And, we've had the picture, we've had all this kind of stuff. John, unfortunately, did, die in season 6 a few weeks back. But now it is basically, kind of a question of, okay, so if this guy is John's dad, which in my opinion makes sense, because you literally see the scene in the trailer where he's asking June where she got that gun. Who else would know that gun is my way of saying it. And if that's not enough evidence for you guys that it could be John's dad, let me pull up these pictures right here to not only add to the evidence, in my opinion, confirm it. We're breaking this down right here. So, look at these pictures. Look at these pictures of him in this upcoming episode in the frickin' cabin, Why would he go back to the cabin? Why would he be in John's cabin? And I just, with how he recognizes the gun, the cabin, the way he just looks even as well too, yeah, that's John's father. So, wow, so I don't know, man. That is really crazy that they're actually going that route with it. Again, it's not confirmed. It's just, in my opinion, it's like 95% guaranteed that's going to be John's father. Because, man, so far, and if that's where they're going with it, which, like I said, I really do believe that's what they're doing, that's insane. That is going to be absolutely insane. And I can't wait for the actor, Keith, to, be in this episode as well, too, because I know he's been in a lot of great things. I have seen him in a few things, but he, being on Fear the Walking Dead is something that I just did not expect, and I honestly didn't even recognize the actor until I kind of looked him up, and I'm like, oh, frig, that's him? That's Keith? So, that's awesome. That is really, really cool, and there you guys go. That's my kind of, my perspective on what I think is going on. And yes, I do think that is going to be John Dory's dad, and I honestly think, to kind of add a little, PS to that, he should kill Dakota, right? Right? Shouldn't he be the one that kills Dakota? June's not going to do it. Morgan and them are not going to do it. Man, what if this guy just, finds out that Dakota killed John, and he just pops Dakota, like he just kills her or something like that. Just saying, that would be pretty freaking insane. So, now I want to hear from you guys in the comment section below. What do you guys think of this theory? What do you guys think of the theory about John's dad? But anyway, without further ado, let's get into some of your Q&A questions for this week's Q&A for Fear the Walking Dead. First one for today comes from Zombified Gaming, who says that June is very kind of, Carol-ish, and goes into basically how if Carol had like a younger sister, that is basically what June would be like, and how June is a great character that hopes that she survives on the show for a while, because, she's the only character that is, carrying on John's legacy. And yes, that is absolutely true. So, I do agree, though. So there are points where June gives me Carol vibes, I'll be honest. And at least if we're talking about currently right now, I like June better. So, but anyway, that's besides the point. I'm just trying to say that I honestly think that, when it comes to Carol and June, they've got a similar story. They've both, lost, a lot. They both lost people they care about. And honestly, I was about to say loved ones, but no, I don't think Carol's too upset that Ed is gone. But, for June, absolutely she is, that John is gone and it's affecting her a lot. But, it's the same kind of thing, loss, the more people they both lose, the more they're affected and the more, they kind of change as people. So it's pretty interesting, and I do think that June and Carol definitely have some similarities. I know they like the same kind of wigs, but yeah, so there's that. But seriously though, I definitely think that June is a great character that really needs to go on longer, because I feel like right now, if they wanted to kill her, that would be really ridiculous. So I'm saying she's safe for now. I think at least till season 7. I don't think they're going to go ahead and kill June, especially they killed John. I don't think they're going to do that. That would just, I feel like, be really weird. But yeah, and I'm interested in seeing the development that they're going to give that character in season 7, because like I said, I think June will definitely survive into season 7. Next one comes from Rowdy, who says that in this one, he really did like this episode of Fear the Walking Dead season 6, episode 12. However, the Dwight and Charlie appearances were just kind of weird, and yes, I do agree. However, it's still a 10 out of 10 episode for him, so that's really cool. This week I've noticed, some people liked it, some people didn't, but I will definitely say that in terms of this episode, I am more on Rowdy's side of things. I actually think that this is a very, very well done episode. I think there's a lot of great things to it. It's a 9 for me personally. The only reason why it's not a 10 is because the plot armor is just way too thick when it comes to the Riley stuff. Just not a fan of that at all. It's too obvious. It came off too, like, oh, we must have that character live. Instead of a realistic, Morgan would just probably come at him or something like that, But I get what they were doing. I'm just saying that plot armor-wise, it's definitely a flaw for me. Also, Riley coming back, pointing the gun at Morgan. Just, I don't know, some of that stuff felt a little clunky for me. But I definitely do think that the dream sequences, with the exception, like you just said, of Charlie, that one wasn't the greatest. And Dwight looking basically the same. Same thing with Daniel as well, too. Some of those they could have done a little bit better. But again, I like the dream sequences for what they do and for the twist that it's not for Grace, it's for Athena. So there's a lot of things I like in it. Yeah, it's a very, very good episode in my opinion. Next one comes from Jacob, who says that kind of messed up that this episode came out on Mother's Day. So yes, man, honestly, I don't know what, I mean, I'm gonna assume they had this plan. I know some people think they didn't, but at the same time, it's too ironic for them not to have planned this in some shape or form. Listen, if they didn't plan that, like, wow, because that's insane. But seriously, there's no way they didn't plan that. Like, I'm sorry, I can't sit here and say that they didn't plan that. It's just a coincidence. Like, out of 365 days out of the damn year, no, I'm sorry. There's no way you air it right on that day, But that's up for discussion. Do you guys think they did it on purpose? I'm in the boat. I think they did. It's clever. It's just messed up. I mean, that's all I can say. So yeah. And the last one for today comes from Brian, who says that this episode confirms that babies cannot turn into walkers. So, true enough. I mean, that is very true. That is one thing that I think we all kind of picked up on in this episode, is that even though that the baby didn't turn, man, this is a dark subject. The fact that the baby didn't turn, you could definitely say that confirms it. But again, yeah, how long was it dead for, stuff like that. That's kind of when the questions kind of come in. But I will say one thing right off the bat, that you are probably right about that, because which is kind of, in my opinion, makes sense, and also because I don't want to see a zombie baby in this show. I mean, we already saw a dead baby. I'm good, I'm good with what we got. I don't want to see any further, whatever. And I have a feeling that even if zombie babies actually existed, they probably just didn't want to go overboard with this death, scene. I can guarantee that's another part of the reason why. Because realistically, you could say maybe it could have happened, but I'm just glad they didn't go that route, because honestly, the way they ended that episode, I'm good with what we got. I don't need to go into more detail about zombie babies and just all that stuff. Just, yeah, I'm not too into, I'm not a big fan of that, just because we've already gotten a dark episode here on our hands. But I will definitely say this, episode 12, some people like it, some people don't. I personally thought it was a great episode. I really, really enjoyed it. And for episode 13, I definitely want to hear, do you guys think John Dory's father is going to be making an appearance? And do you think that's who this is? Because in my opinion, that is exactly who we're going to be seeing in a few days here. So anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching this video. Write your comments in the comment section below. If you guys are here, click that subscribe button to send my videos to Fear the Walking Dead. Follow Dan's Mark Reviews, subscribe, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for another video for Fear the Walking Dead. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.